Good morning and welcome to The Big Show. And today, being a Tuesday, we welcome award-winning psychologist from the therapy room, Dr. Geraldine Tan.
What's with the French accent?
There, the Paris Olympics?
Yes.
Just concluded?
Oh,
Just concluded.
Yes.
Everybody is really just buzzing with it. Yes.
Yeah, I think the best Olympics ever was the Paris Olympics and soon to be, I think, the LA Olympics.
Yeah,
LA's got a lot to live up to now.
Exactly.
Lot to live
well,
up to.
I mean, it is movie town, right? I'm sure
Yeah.
they can come up with quite a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, they've got the stars already. They've got the sets and everything. So,
True.
yeah, I think they'll impress.
Okay. Anyway, before we go any further, I just want to say that oral has always been my favorite. Okay, when I was in
Oral?
school.
Oh, right.
So today, I understand, is the PSLE oral exam, and we want to wish all you kids and parents the very best.
I think we wish the parents, if the kids are listening to us right now, they're clearly not at the oral exams. So,
Really?
all the best to anyone who's sitting for them. Yeah.
All right. Yeah, oral exams used to be the best, right?
Yeah, of course. Especially when you speak the language well, sure.
Yes. Yes.
Oh, not for everyone, I
Not
guess.
for everybody.
Stress-
Thank you very
Stressful for
much, Shalini Susan, our producer, for letting me know about the fact that, the exam is on today.
Okay.
All right, good luck. All right, so Jerry, today we are going to be talking about the Olympics.
Yes, we are. We are not going to talk about the Olympics because everybody is talking about it. I think the team was thinking about let's talk about the Olympics. But I didn't just want to talk about the Olympics. So the youngest one in my team said, why don't we talk about, are they risk takers or are they perfectionists? So what makes a winner tick? What do you think makes a winner tick? Before I go into each one of you,
Determination, I would say.
Focus.
Okay.
Focus, yeah.
Focus.
A winning mindset. And, you got to be ruthless as well.
Ruthless.
Yes.
Yes. Absolutely.
Ruthless in what sense?
Ruthless.
Never say die attitude.
Yeah, so if
I would say nothing comes if I have an Olympic goal, nothing comes before me. That's what I mean by ruthless. I am numero uno until I achieve that goal.
So you need the confidence for sure.
yeah.
I think ruthless also is when it comes to winning that goal, there is no such thing as friends and family almost,
Yeah, there is.
Yes.
There
You
is.
know, if you're racing against, I'm thinking just track racing for me, but if you're racing against anyone, I don't care who you are, whether you're related to me or we're friends, I'm going for that goal.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think the American mindset, and that's why they were top.
They were?
For this Olympics once again. They were behind China for a while, but because of their winning mindset, they pushed on and they topped the table.
Yeah.
Basically. I think the Americans have the best. I mean, their athletes,
Yeah.
they have the best mindset, actually.
And
we have a
going
lot to
into-
learn from them.
Going into LA in 2028 is great to be on top
Yes.
for Team
Yes.
USA, right?
They've always been champs. Every
Yeah, they have,
Olympics,
yeah.
they're right up there. That's that winning mindset for you and never give up attitude.
Yeah. For sure.
It's interesting that you mentioned about the oral exams today because I was going to slant it towards students because a lot of parents always ask, how do I motivate my children? How do I stop procrastination? How do they deal with their exams? And not only are the P6s doing oral exams today, I think many of the secondary school O-level students are taking their prelims during this period of time.
Okay.
So the A-levels, O-level students should be thereabouts. They're taking their prelims during this time.
It's exam fever now. Oof.
It is.
Exams. Oh my God, I hate exams.
exciting that we're talking about this because these are some of the ingredients that we can actually bring into the exam hall or manage our studies.
Very interesting that the topic of exams came up. Because if you think of a sports person, an Olympian, every race, every competition they enter
Is an exam. Yeah.
Exactly. And we are on Big Show TV, so I'm going to ask, what makes the Big Show team a winning team? So you say it's the biggest and best breakfast show in the world.
In the world, yes.
I say it starts with us actually liking each other. You know, a mutual love for each other that we
Might not
love
seem like
working.
it, but
Yeah. I mean, at times it might seem like we're arguing or we're at each other's throats and all that, but not in a malicious way,
Yeah.
you know? And
Yeah.
it carries on to outside of the radio hours that we're on as well. So I think it starts with liking each other first.
very much like you and your team, Jerry. I see you and your team, the way you guys work.
Interact with
It's
each
very,
other.
very similar,
Be
actually.
friends
I mean, let's not
first,
forget,
yeah.
Cheyenne and Shalini as
Diamond,
well.
Yeah.
Melanie. Yes.
Yeah.
But so that's the team. I want to look at each one of you as a winner because each one of you are winners. But what makes each one of you a winner? What
Wow,
helps
that's,
you?
Well,
Are we
that's hard.
are we
That's-
talking about ourselves or are we complimenting our teammates?
No,
This is,
yourself.
yeah.
Yourself. Yourself.
This is very hard. I find it
Yeah.
very hard to talk about
Well,
myself.
yeah. Come on, Glenn. You have the opportunity to shine now.
This is your 15 minutes of fame.
It's
Let's
your
go.
moment. We'll give you 15 seconds.
No one, I think I've said enough about myself over the past weeks and months and years. I don't have to say
And
anything.
decades. Okay, FD, why don't you talk about yourself? Like what?
You see, it's interesting because Jerry asked the question, what makes you a winner? My race is not done.
Wow. Okay.
My race is not done.
You're on a marathon. You're still on that marathon.
Yeah, my race is not done.
No, but I
But
mean,
you can be a winner
we all hit our
throughout.
peak. What you cannot. That you see the thing about FD. Sometimes I feel is, I mean, without really knowing, you're opening yourself up for disappointment.
I don't feel you need to finish the race to be a winner, though. You can
No.
be a
Yeah.
winner
Yeah.
at every step of the way. So right
You
now,
could-
Dr. Jerry
okay,
says
for
you're
where
a
I
winner.
am
Yeah.
now, what's made me a winner?
Yep. You said one. So the race is not done. It's actually what we call the learner's mindset. So you're constantly in action. You're constantly putting new ideas into motion. So that's the learner's mindset.
Right.
Let me give him an example because it's taking a long time. So I know I said early on I was not going to say anything about myself, but now I'm going to say something about
I
myself.
see.
What makes me a winner is my unmatched, sparkling personality. Thank you.
I think if anything makes me a winner, it's patience.
No one paid attention to you, Glenn.
Okay.
Patience, okay.
I was
I'll
buying
come
some
back
time
to
for
Glenn.
him.
I'll come back. Yeah. So patience. Can I highlight something for FD? Because what really struck me was, I think last week when I was in the studio and we did a little exercise, and you had the opportunity to cut the string. So for those that hadn't watched us last week, please go back to that video because it was really, really powerful. And you wanted to cut. And I think you've always said that I'm unbashful about me. So I've come to a point where you can say anything about me. Yes, it hurts, but I'm not going to take it. I'm not going to personalize this statement of yours because it is yours. So what then you had said about the statement that Glenn made was that, yes, Glenn makes certain statements and he makes those statements. I'm not going to cut the string just because he made those statements. So I'm unbashful about me. So you are just you, and you're not going to take responsibility for somebody else's statement.
That is
So you
true.
would not. Yeah.
I am me, and I will not apologize for who I am. Yeah,
Patient.
most of the time.
Okay.
Interesting about Glenn. Glenn, you mentioned about the sparkling personality.
Can't you see him shine?
Not just sparkling, unmatched sparkling
Unmatched.
personality.
Which interestingly, so for all of us who are on the Big Show TV now, Glenn has a visual reminder of that sparklingness, or of that sparkle, every
Yes.
time
Yep.
he's in the studio.
Because my
He
bubbles drives all of them crazy.
His microphone.
Yes,
Okay,
he's
wait, but-
golden mic.
For those people listening to us on the radio who are not aware of what we've been talking about, just a quick recap.
Yes, I was going through the different, all the different DJs, as well as Cheyenne and Shalini, what makes them winners. So I think FD was saying about him being him. No, actually, I was the one that said that. He said
Yeah.
he was patient, or he is patient, and that his race is not done. And his race is not done. I mentioned it was the learner's mindset. So for Glenn has he says he has this sparkling personality.
Unmatched.
Unmatched.
Unmatched
Get on.
sparkling
That
personality.
no one can match.
Like a bottle of vintage Dom Perignon.
Your cup runneth over with confidence.
Not
Glenn.
everyone can what do you call take champagne. Some people can take a little bit and then that's it. They feel nice and high and happy. Some people can continue to drink and just be a party animal afterwards. Some people get a hangover. So I'm kind of like that.
Some people get sad when they drink as well.
That's true. I've
Champagne.
made some people sad too.
We know this as well, yeah.
He's trying to distract us from his golden mic. So he has a visual reminder every single day in front of him. So he never forgets that. And he holds on to it.
But the other visual reminder is that he gets to see himself on camera every day as well. He likes that too.
How's my hat?
Yeah, see? He's the only one that asks that question before we take a photograph, not even me.
It's okay. Glenn can be Glenn. How about Angel? Angel, what do you think makes you a winner?
I'd say my discipline and that I'm a quick learner.
So learning, okay.
Quick learning and discipline. Because you need discipline to wake up at 4 o'clock every day. And not,
That's true.
like for me, I know I can't have a drink on a weekday. Otherwise, it'll just ruin my entire sleep. Unless it's at noon. That's a different story.
That's why you must
Day
constantly
drinking is
test
different.
yourself. I
No,
believe
no,
in
no.
constantly testing
No,
yourself
I don't want to push the boundaries that way.
so that you'll know your limits.
No, it's okay. I know my limits. That's why I don't do them.
Okay.
Discipline and quick learner for Angel. And what we see from Angel is she's always very consistent. That's why you can keep the boys in check.
I got one of those dog zappers, and they've got them on their ankles. So anytime they
Put it around my neck. I'm like that.
So many fun.
Yes.
Glenn has always wanted a dog collar.
Yeah.
I know. But that's the fun thing. Angel is very, very flexible and adaptable also. Yeah, she maneuvers different situations really, really well. So that's her, exciting, unique points. Shalini, Cheyenne, how about you?
Dun,
What
dun,
do you
dun.
think you
they're
have?
Our
trying to
cuties.
hide.
I think who do you want to talk to first, Cheyenne or Shalini?
Shalini? Then
Shalini,
the younger-
Susan.
You got picked. Lucky
Please
day.
approach the mic.
Yes, I'm here. Sorry, what was the question?
What makes you a winner?
For me, I feel like I judge almost everything that has to do with achievement, with happiness.
That is
Wow.
You judge or you benchmark?
Yeah,
benchmark.
benchmark.
Okay.
Benchmark it.
You
Happiness.
benchmark
Everything.
towards happiness.
Yep. So if I'm not doing something that makes me feel happy, then I do not feel like a winner.
Wow. Okay.
That's a good
okay.
thing.
That's interesting.
That's interesting. Okay. Okay. So that you have your own measurements then.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
That's good.
So what happens if they don't measure up?
If it's something that I can fix, then I'll try and fix so that I work towards being happy. But if it's a situation where it's not in my control, then I guess I'll leave that environment.
Okay.
Wow.
We relate to that.
Okay.
I relate
Okay.
to that.
So you try and you're willing to lose whatever that is at hand if it doesn't make you happy.
Yep.
You are able to let it go. Okay. Okay. That is very important because sometimes we keep holding on to things and we cannot let it go. So we become
Yeah.
very, very rigid about things.
Like sometimes
Yeah.
people.
Yeah, for
As
sure.
well.
Last week you guys were talking about toxic people, right? And I thought that was the string and all that. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's easier said than done, but I think I've been working with Shalini long enough to know that that is the case. I think if the day comes where she's, consistently unhappy and the situation cannot be reversed, she will walk.
Yeah.
Sure. Thank you. That was really powerful. How about Cheyenne? She just laughed.
What makes you a winner, Cheyenne?
She's uncomfortable talking about herself.
No, I can talk about
It's not easy. It's really not easy.
It's not.
Yeah, it seems very contextual also.
Her winning smile.
Yeah.
I think so. You got such a nice smile as
A
well,
cute
but no,
smile
we
with
cannot.
dimples.
That would be
that's
just superficial.
yeah, it's
exactly.
superficial. Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
but I was gonna say that I think I'm quite a positive person in general. But I would never say that I'm a negative person. I would say I'm either like a realist or a overly positive person.
Okay.
I tend to think that things will work out in my favor,
Yeah.
even if it doesn't seem that way. Yeah.
That's the Aquarian in you. Because I'm like that as well. Like everyone has the benefit of the doubt.
Exactly.
Yes, yes.
Right?
Did I tell you,
Everyone,
like,
yeah.
one of my ex-girlfriends was an
Yeah.
Aquarian?
Yes.
Exactly like Cheyenne.
Yeah, everything will work
Really?
out for the better. Like I know exactly what you're talking about because I feel the same way. Nobody has a bad bone in their body until they're proven guilty.
yes.
You know, like everyone's innocent until guilty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But in the end, we
So
didn't work
the-
out also.
No, yeah, because you were guilty of everything.
Correct. When I was younger. Correct. Okay.
Yeah. So Cheyenne keeps that positive mindset, which is important. Yeah. So the positive mindset helps us to see other opportunities. Where if a negative mindset would just close off all the opportunities. So very good. So we all have our winning ingredient that we have.
Although I think FD is the most negative. Though.
So mean. Why?
Because,
Yeah.
I mean,
Is
no,
negative?
I'm
why,
just...
why is FD negative?
Patience.
Because
is
you know
the thing.
why? Because I think sometimes he should be thinking more of himself,
But
but
that-
because it's a bit negative, so he just goes like, I don't. It's like
No, I think you're totally wrong. Because I don't think of myself doesn't mean I'm negative.
because I've known you for a long time. You
Because
are not
I
like
no,
this.
but because I don't think of myself, it's not that I'm not negative. I have learnt as I've gotten older
yeah,
that everybody deserves a space. Whether that space be in my life or out of my life, everybody deserves a space. And that is very important to me, to make sure that everybody has that space.
Oh, that's nice. Giving everyone.
but
a-
was that your question? What makes you a winner? Because you were
He
talking about.
answered it.
No, it was patience. I feel it was patience.
Yeah.
But I like how our whole team has tied together. So we've got patience, we've got adaptability, we've got a positive outlook, the pursuit of happiness, all tied together with champagne. I think it makes for a
How cool is that?
perfect team.
Perfect team right there.
It's a perfect team. We should print that on a T-shirt.
Yeah, the glue is the champagne.
The glue is the champagne,
Yeah,
clearly,
yeah,
the common
yeah,
factor.
Yeah.
And it's
I
true.
think for FD it's his
Celebrating.
tolerance also. Does that come under patience?
Yeah, I
I
think
would
so.
put it
does.
under
It
patience.
does.
Yeah.
Not
It does.
just he is almost stoic.
Yeah, you are though. Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
You see,
Yeah.
because I've known
Yeah.
him for so many years. I think
Yeah.
that is quite a quality.
It is.
You know, his stoicism. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Now, with that, right, I went backwards. So, do you think you are risk takers?
I wish I
No.
was more of a risk taker, quite frankly.
I think my appetite for risk has lessened as I've grown older.
Yes.
I think that happens with everybody because we've become smarter. But I think certain boundaries can be pushed. But if it comes to losing something, the risk of losing something important, like for me personally, less inclined to do that
Yeah.
now.
I will admit that now I am not a risk taker.
But you know, I'm working on it. Many people don't have the opportunity to take risks. But I can take risks on the golf course. I want to start taking risks on the golf course. Because,
Okay.
you know, I always say, right, golf is kind of a reflection of life, right?
Yeah.
And all these years I've been playing golf, right? On the golf course, I feel like I'm very cautious. Like I don't take the
Risks.
risks that I should.
But you can because it's something that won't hurt anyone, right?
But then one Titleist Pro V1X ball is quite expensive.
Well, then
So when
use
it goes
the
into
cheap
the
balls
water,
then.
I'm like, oh my god.
oh,
And I can't, I can't seem to use cheap balls. So
okay.
yeah, and
Can
that's
you
the
hire
problem.
someone to pick
So-
the balls up for you? Swim in and
No.
one of those. Okay.
No. So you see, even that, right? That is okay, part of life.
Okay.
Hold on. So that's kind of a reflection of life as well, right? It's like there is a price to pay for taking
Of
There's a price to
course.
pay for every risk.
Of course.
risk, right?
Yeah.
But so I've
absolutely.
decided like I want to be more of a risk taker in life, and so I'm going to like train myself on the golf course to take these risks. But I think for most
But
people,
what
they
does
don't.
risk taking mean?
Yeah, is it just monetary for you? Because that
Yeah.
$7.50 is what you're relating the risk to.
Well, as we know, I've been a major risk taker when it comes to love.
This is true
So
as well.
yeah. So I'm all right. I'm covered in that area. you
Yeah.
know. Yeah, risk taking in general is, yeah, I mean, taking that chance and hoping for the best. Right? So,
Is it hoping for the best?
I think so.
So if you're hoping for the best, then it's not a calculated risk.
Yeah.
Oh, now we're talking about calculated risks.
You see, I was
Well,
about,
there
I was
are
about to
different
ask.
risks,
I was
yeah.
about to ask what kind of risk.
Yeah, you can take a careless sort of,
Yeah.
throw caution to the wind kind of risk,
Yeah.
or
Correct,
it can
correct.
be very, very analyzed.
But
right?
once again, using golf as an analogy,
It can still be a
you know,
calculated
it's
risk.
the
Yes.
elements, right? I can calculate, but I don't know how strong the headwind is going to be or the tailwind is going to be. So my distance is going to get affected. Maybe it's going to be short. It's going to go in the water anyway. If I use a club up, use a club down, whatever. So, you know, in life, it's the same thing, right? When
Yeah.
you take a risk, there is no guarantee.
No, there isn't. That's why it's called a risk.
Exactly.
Yes.
But are you
So
willing
I
to
think
do it?
you're hit something very, very important, which is that many winners do not take a risk that they have not calculated. That means it's not an impulsive risk.
Yeah.
Let's put it this way. So they're not impulsive. So calculated, how to calculate, I don't know. But it is not impulsive. And they do not do anything that is destructive. Or they try not to do anything that is destructive. Like, you know, we hear very often about drug taking, about, you know, that sort of risk-taking behavior, which is very destructive.
Correct.
You know, so we need to draw that line between I'm just crazy thrill taking versus I'm making a calculated move.
Yeah. I'll do everything except the drugs thing.
Because like things like investments and stuff like that, those are calculated risks.
You need risk. Yeah, you need that courage. So many of them would try and pull up that courage, and that courage is combined with a vision that they have. So they must have a vision in mind. So even with Glenn, when you are thinking of hitting that ball, you think of the trajectory when you hit that ball. So you would visualize that whole motion and that whole path that the ball is taking before you even hit that ball.
Maybe I have been taking risks, you know.
You have.
That's
Yes.
why I suck still after playing for so long.
At golf?
Yes. Because I'm taking risks. And it's not quite paying off.
But maybe it's not as calculated as it should be, and that's when it starts to pay off, right? Because it's very mathematical as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
No,
But equipment is another thing.
Yeah.
He's
Like
just
life
being
as well.
humble. You know, every time he goes on a golf course, he's like nailing it all the time. So we'll never know.
Your husband will tell you if I play golf with him next Thursday.
That's true. That is
Okay.
true. So having the courage, having a vision, viewing challenges as adventures. So they're not frightened by challenges. So there's that little bit of excitement. So fear and excitement, same physiological change, and they choose to read it as excitement. So for them, a challenge is an adventure. And they are ready to lose. But you need to ask yourself, what are you ready to lose? So Glenn's not ready to lose those expensive balls, but can you lose the cheaper one, perhaps, where you can then practice with them? So ask yourself, what are you ready to lose?
Tomorrow, you know what I'm going to do, Anna Jerry? Tomorrow, because I don't have it with me right... I have it in my car. How much time do we have? Oh, I can go down and take my balls and pass, these balls that I'm so afraid of losing to you guys. Let me see,
Why?
1, 2, 3. Because I want you to look at the ball, right? And go like, okay, now I understand why Glenn doesn't want to lose these balls.
Because they're so pretty?
They're so pretty and they're so expensive.
Okay, so if you were to compare a cheap ball, well, I'm not saying cheap like
Yeah.
50 cents cheap, but I don't know how much they
Oh,
cost.
there are balls that are like 50 cents.
And the title is ball. I'm sure the quality
Well, I
is very
use Titleist
different,
as
right?
well as TaylorMade, right? So
I wouldn't know.
the quality, I mean, basically these expensive balls will give you more speed.
Yeah, so the result is very different,
Yeah.
right? Because Dr. Jerry's like practice with the cheap balls, and if you practice with the cheaper balls, you're going to get a different result from the expensive balls, you know? So is that really taking a risk? Because it's not level ground, right?
Right. Well, you know what?
The elements are not the same.
I can
I
send
love
a
this. Okay.
I sent a photo to Shalini.
So Glenn needs to decide now whether it is worth losing those balls or not. So only he can determine that for himself. Each of us, whatever that we are going to do, we're going to decide whether we can lose that little bit or not.
Yeah.
So I just paid $89 for
A box of 10.
a box of 12.
Oh, 12.
balls.
Okay.
Yeah. And the last one, as he's researching, the last one that Angel has, this quality that Angel has, is being flexible and being adaptable. Yes. So these are the 5 different qualities of risk-taking, healthy risk-taking behavior.
I'm like a
And
rubber
then-
band.
Yeah. No,
No,
you're
not
like
really.
water.
I'm like
You're
water.
You
I like that.
flow.
I
Yeah,
flow.
you flow into different
Thank you.
spaces.
So much nicer than rubber band. Thank you very much.
And we talk about the growth mindset. So after risk-taking behavior, we need to have that mindset, that belief within ourselves. So the difference between a growth mindset and a learner's mindset. So earlier I talked about a learner's mindset. A growth mindset is a belief. That means they are thoughts. A learner's mindset, you put it into action. You would do certain things. So just like FD, who is unafraid to try new equipment, new methods, new things, and that's why he lasts in this industry for such a long time, because he dares to try different things. If he sticks with the same method,
Tries different
same
things. He hasn't.
equipment-
Oh, sorry.
Glenn!
He was
Stop
quiet for a
having a
while, so
go.
you
Yeah,
had
it
to
was it was
expect-
going really well, Jerry.
Yeah, but I guess it's enough for the listeners to understand what I was saying.
Took him
Glenn
10
just wants
years
shut
to
me
have
up.
like Thai green curry, this guy. Oh no, or was it
10 years?
Japanese curry? Sorry, Japanese curry.
No,
And
green,
that-
green curry, Thai green curry.
And that is such an important thing in life to be able to eat Thai green.
There. But after he ate it already, ooh, show.
This is good.
Didn't change my life though. Anyway, Jerry, you were saying.
Yes, well, the green curry didn't help him to stay in this industry.
Yeah.
Him being able to maneuver, to have the learner's mindset helped him to stay in this industry.
What learner's mindset?
This
So,
Glenn,
As
are
in,
you listening?
no, as in lifelong learning, is it?
yes.
I think
Yeah,
I think
so-
that the learner's mindset doesn't necessarily mean physically learning something, physically learning to work equipment. No, there's so much other learning I've done in this industry.
Yeah, information, knowledge.
Yeah.
Right.
I feel like everybody's environment needs to be filled with things and people that they can grow with or from. You know what I mean? Like every time you come in, head into your job or head home or read
Yes.
or watch TV, it should always
Yes.
be towards that goal of growing, whether it's your
Yes.
information, your knowledge, your personality, anything.
Okay, come, let me show y'all my pretty golf ball. Look at that.
Oh,
So
it says
because
taco.
I love Mexican food, so I just use this, right? Look at that. Look at the ball.
I can see why you don't want to lose these.
So it's $7.50 a ball.
So what about the plain?
I've already lost 3.
What about the plain ones that don't say taco? How much are those?
Those
also
are around the
$7.50?
same price
Oh,
as
right.
well.
Okay, not much difference. So cute.
Yeah, right?
Those are cute. Yeah. I'd see why you don't want to
Why
lose
you
that.
wouldn't want to lose those?
Yeah. We should go for
Yeah.
Mexican food one day.
Yes, please.
Mexican
Papi's
Can you
tacos.
bring
How about
Josh?
that? Who? What?
No, bring Josh. Bring my boy.
Who's
He
Josh?
loves
Oh, he
it.
loves Mexican
Hey,
food.
all of us can come,
yes,
lah.
Yeah.
You,
I don't quite
Julian,
like it.
Josh,
I
Amber.
can just tolerate it.
You don't like Mexican food?
No,
Ooh.
I don't mind it, but I'm
Oh.
not crazy about it.
And you're in the East, Jerry. I'll
Yes.
book a table for all of us at
Where?
Papi's Tacos Juche.
Oh, are they in Juchet now, right?
Yeah. Okay, for all of us.
FD is giving you the death stare. I'm not invited.
No, I said
No,
all
he
of
said
us.
everybody.
All.
He said everybody.
okay.
He said everybody.
Everyone.
Yeah. Just
Anyway,
line
growth
up.
mindset. Growth mindset.
Yeah, growth mindset.
Growth mindset.
Yeah. So we have the learner's mindset, and you're absolutely right. Never stop learning, keep on doing and adapting to the different things in the environment. So Angel really hit the nail on the head. Growth mindset is the belief. So the belief and the understanding. So you want to have thoughts that help us. So what helps us? Challenges help me to grow. So you're telling yourself these things. Failures are an opportunity to learn. So you have to allow yourself and remind yourself about these statements. I like to try new things. These feedback is or the feedback is constructive, rather than looking at the feedback as being a criticism. Yeah. So you're criticizing me is a fixed mindset. So fixed mindset is a very binary sort of mindset, which is very black and white, very inflexible mindset. So we always encourage the students and people in competition to always have a growth mindset. So they
I like that.
continue to grow. Yeah.
Right.
So that's the slight difference. So it is believing in the process of growing,
Okay.
not the outcome.
Okay.
Okay. So it's a journey. It's a marathon, not a destination.
It's a
then.
marathon, not a yeah. So it's very much like what FD said. My race is not over. So very quickly, also we talked about the growth mindset, learner's mindset, and the fixed mindset. So the growth mindset is the belief. So a belief is like, I think I can try new things. A learner's mindset is, I am going to do this new task, and I'm going to take it head on. Fixed mindset is, it is new. I don't want to change anything. I'm just going to stick with what I know. So that's a fixed mindset. I'm not going to try anything new. So that's the 3 different mindsets. So we want to have a growth mindset as well as a learner's mindset.
So it's kind of between infinite and finite, right? Because infinite would be your growth and your learners, because you're continuously
Correct.
doing that, and then finite would be your fixed mindset, because there's no other way around it.
So in the fixed mindset, everything comes to an end. There's an end point. I cannot move forward anymore. It's either do or die. Yeah. So it's I'm either good or I'm not.
Okay.
Okay. Can I add something else?
Sure. The list is getting longer, but yeah.
Correct, yeah. I love women a lot. Why? What's wrong?
Look at the girls, like.
What? Because
Hey, if that makes you a winner, it's you. If that makes you a
You know-
winner, great.
you know why not? And I'm declaring it because it's a woman's world we're living in right now.
It's true.
There you go.
It's true.
Yep. Don't be a hater.
Absolutely.
So all you chauvinists are like yourself, for example,
See,
FD.
point it.
Don't be a chauvinist.
What did they used to call them? MCPs.
MC.
And we'll talk about it. Angel, you're on next week.
I am on next week. Don't worry, I'm here. I'm here forever. Don't listen to Glenn. Yeah.
Well, what do you mean?
She's asking if I'm on next
We must just give in to our women.
week. Oh,
We can talk about MCPs or manospheres. I think
Nano.
that's
Oh, that's what I was
That's
talking
why
to you
I was-
about.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah,
Oh.
yeah. That's why I asked if you were on.
It is a scary trend that's picking up with teenage boys, but we can speak about that. I
Oh.
think. Yeah, that's
Yes.
very interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's next week's topic. But for this week, I just want to quickly touch also on perfectionists. We were talking about risk takers or perfectionists, and many times people say, "Oh, being a perfectionist is good," but you hear many of these A students having procrastination issues, having a lot of anxiety. So wanting to get everything right is good, but wanting to get everything right and it consumes you and you want to be so perfect. So perfectionism can result in high anxiety. So you have those with OCD, you have those with, very, very high anxiety, and they cannot proceed or progress in whatever that they do. But they are excellent sports people. They can be excellent students. They can be really awesome in whatever that they do, but they are stuck. So that's when being too perfect becomes not such a great thing.
Right.
Okay.
I could teach these people a thing or two.
With your sparkling personality.
Okay.
I started with, I'm going to angle it with students. So I'm going to end with letting these students know a little bit of tips on a winner's mindset. So to conquer that paper, 1, visualize. So visualize completing the paper, visualize tackling that tough question. Visualize. So just like Glenn has that visual golden mic in front of him, we can have a visual reminder of sorts. So it could be something to just jumpstart at the beginning of the paper. So you can use a visual reminder, but visualize beforehand. Dare to lose. So losing those balls, but let's look at what we dare to lose. We look at losing some of the questions, because if we look at being too perfect, I need to complete each and every question, you might not get through the paper. So we're going to choose letting go of some of the questions. So we can skip because they find it extremely difficult to skip questions, some of them. Yeah, so ask yourself, what do you dare to lose? And then the third one is consistency. I think Angel personifies that. She's very consistent. So just keep going and keep going and keep powering through. Yeah, so don't stop. And then, this one is what FD teach as, ignoring others. Don't personalize anything. Yeah, it's true.
Ignoring Glenn all the time.
Oh, so you're telling him to
ignoring
ignore
what he
other
says.
people, is it?
Yeah. So for the students, right?
Because he's so fragile like that.
No, not because he's fragile.
Glenn is a terrible learner.
Glenn's got to get on this learning journey.
Correct, I'm horrible. Even in school.
Not paying attention at all.
Yes. Totally
He
distracted
needs to
most of the
read it
time.
now. But anyways, for the students, ignore other people. Ignore whether they finished their paper. Ignore their flipping. Ignore whether they're coughing. Ignore whether they're scratching on the paper. Just focus on your paper. Just ignore other people. Their paper is not your paper. Their pace is not your pace. Just focus on your paper.
You know what I feel when people cannot focus is because they don't know their stuff. Obviously, because if they're focused on their own work, right? They won't be like looking around like, oh, that Glenn's finished, FD's finished, what they're doing. You know what I mean? Because there's stuff going on in their minds that they know the work, and so they're more motivated to finish it. It's the kids that are not prepared that look around.
Oh, actually,
you know what I mean?
The kids that are not prepared, they just don't bother. So they do what they can. It's actually the kids that bother, and they keep comparing themselves to other people, and they think that they are not good enough. Those are the ones that really lose marks because they cannot complete their paper because they're looking around. Yeah. So these are the ones that we want to target. The very last thing, when you're done with the paper, you are done with that paper. Close that paper and forget about it. Go on to the next paper. Don't let your brain linger on that paper. It's gone. It's gone with the wind. Just move on.
I've got to say, listening to Jerry, I wish I had someone tell me that when I was in school.
I think we did have people tell us.
We just didn't listen, maybe.
We just didn't listen.
Plus, your ears are so big you didn't hear.
I think we didn't listen. At that time we were like,
Maybe.
what do our parents and teachers know? We know what's best for us.
Yeah,
of
maybe
course, I
that's what
know
it
my
was.
stuff.
I heard everything.
Yeah.
They went in here and came out
the other side.
the other side. I was just absolutely useless.
I think we all had those moments as well.
Maybe.
It's never too late.
Right? So,
And my mom wanted me to play the organ.
The organ.
Yes.
Wow.
And I decided, no, I do not want to play the organ. Even after she bought an organ and there was an organ in the house.
Oh my goodness.
Because, I think she wanted me to play the organ in church. See, that's why.
Right, yeah.
And I'm like, that's the most uncool thing, being an organist in church. I'm not going to do that. I wasn't even an altar boy. And I'm like, what are they wearing?
Dresses?
No, I'll just stand behind Father's house and hang out with the chicks.
Oh.
So I was not an altar boy. You were an altar boy, I'm sure.
Not much has
Every
changed
single
then.
Catholic boy in school
Was an altar
boy. I'm like, what are you guys doing?
Every good Catholic boy. was
You're
an-
ringing his bell.
Wow.
It's true.
anyways.
Right? Okay. If you know, you
What
know.
was that? What was that all about?
Don't know. It
But
sounded like a
anyways,
bit sore, but yeah.
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 It's the organ
Anyways.
story. That's why.
Yeah.
Led to that.
It's the organ story. Okay. If you'll keep the organ story for next week.
I think we shall, yes.
Oh, here's another reason why I'm a winner. I think because I'm a bit of a rebel.
That could be.
Yes. I actually, I forgot to add that point, being an outsider. So on the 5 different things for the students that would really help, the parents if they are driving the students to school. So the winner's mindset, how to deal with their papers. 1, visualize completing the papers or visualize completing that really, really tough question. Dare to lose, dare to let go of some of the questions, so look at the paper. There may be some questions that you're not going to complete. It's okay, or you might get it wrong. Just let those go. It's okay. You will still do okay. Keep going. Consistency is key. So just keep pace. Don't get stuck on one question and then all the time is on that one question. Just keep going. Ignore other people. Just focus on your paper. Ignore other people flipping their papers, completing their papers, scratching on their papers. Just ignore. Just focus on your paper. And when you've completed that paper, when that paper is done, it's done. Just close that paper and forget about that paper. So 5 different tips there that they can use for this exam, I suppose, for this national exam.
Yeah, and for the rest of their lives. I mean,
yeah.
focus is such an important thing.
These are life lessons.
Yeah, they're life lessons.
And for the quote, I will go with the quote now by Zig Ziglar. Ziglar?
Zig Ziglar?
Oh, that's the guy the Spice Girls sang about. Okay, anyway.
Okay, and he says, you were born to win, but to be a winner, you must plan to win, prepare to win, and expect to win.
Okay. Nice.
Yes.
Nice.
I love that.
Nice.
Yeah, that's a good
Good
one.
one.
Thank you, Dr. Jerry.
No worries. And next week, we're going to talk about Glenn being MCP. No, I'm just
Manosphere.
Yes.
We're going to talk about the manosphere.
Manosphere.
Yeah,
wow.
which was brought about by Andrew Tate. Look it up. Manosphere. It is a thing for teenage boys, so that will be very, very interesting for sure.
All right, and remember, if you need to talk to someone and you don't have anyone to talk to and you need some help, do get in touch with Dr. Geraldine Tan and her team at the Therapy Room. Thank you so much, Jerry.
Thank you. Bye. See you next week.
See you next week.
Bye, Jerry.